Hi everyone, it is Wednesday. We are live at 5 today. Today we have a different type of training. It's not so much a training, but it's more like a question and answer. And I like to throw these in every once in a while. Since we're live and you can ask me questions and things like that. I think we had 10 or 11 people coming, so I'm usually wait a few minutes. This time I'm going to wait a little bit longer and see who's gonna jump on and ask me some questions. This is your time to ask me anything at all you want, whether it's sales. It's usually around sales, usually around raising your prices, things like that. I wonder if I can tag some people in here. I usually don't tag people. It usually alerts everyone, but I don't know if I can do that or not. So let me see if I can do this. Oh, we have 2 viewers. Hey, show yourself. Tell me who you are. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm Eastern Standard Time. Tonight is going to be, hey, Stacy. Stacy, what time is it over there in Australia right now for you? Hey, Sydney. Sydney, my girl, making moves down in North Carolina. What time is it, Stacy? Over in Australia, it's 5 o'clock over here. Is it in the morning over there? I don't know what it is. Oh, we got some work call coming in. Stacy, 7. Are you 7 a.m.? I bet you're 7 a.m. Yeah, you wouldn't be 7 p.m. You're 7 a.m. Okay. We'll wait a couple more minutes, but if you, Cece or Sydney, have any questions about sales and maximizing, getting your profits higher, what your conversations look like, just ask me. Ask away. So yeah, 7 a.m. That's what I figured it was. If you have any questions, you two are first on, so just ask me anything you want. That's what this is about. I throw these in here like every once in a while because it's different, and you guys just get to ask me like straight away questions. So anything you have, type away. I'm waiting. Sydney, how was your week so far? I know we talked the other day, but how was your week? You got 3 days in. 5 viewers. I see 5 viewers. Hey, tell me who you are. Do you have any questions? 6 viewers. Everyone's jumping on here. Today we're going to talk about, if you want to fire away all your burning questions to me about anything to do with sales, whether it be overcoming objections when you're with the client. Sydney, what are the things? Let's read this. What are the all things? What are the all things you should factor in when calculating your price? The biggest thing you're going to factor in, and it's really the only thing, is time. How long it's going to take you to clean a house, all the things. Okay. How long it's going to take you to clean a house. So if you walk into a house and let's just say, for example, it's 2.5 baths, 3 bedrooms, it's not too cluttered, it's not too dirty, like it's like in the middle, that 2 people should take you an hour and a half. So depending on your geographical area, you should have your prices in between $60 and $75 per hour per cleaner. So that'll help figure that out. So if you're, say you do, let's make it easy. Say you have a house that takes 2 people 1 hour, okay, and you're pricing it at $65. That's $65 times 2. Hi, Vivian. How are you? Nice to see you. We have a different training today. We have something that I'm not really talking. It's ask me anything about sales conversations and to maximize your profits. So feel free to ask me anything. So Sydney, back to that. So you have a house that takes 2 people an hour. So that's 2 man hours. Okay. So let's say you're at the $65 per hour per cleaner rate. That job's going to be priced at $130. $130, $65, 2 cleaners, takes you 1 hour. When you go up to an hour and a half, you have to factor that in. So it's going to be a little bit more. When you're at 2 hours and you're at 65, so you're going to do figure this, two cleaners, 2 hours is 4 man hours. So you're going to charge $65 times 4, which is $220 technically. You can give or take. You can take $20 away if they're super clean, if they're like not cluttered, like minimalist. You can take some money away, or sometimes you want to get them a little under that $200 price because you want to close the deal. That happened to me yesterday. I did it. I was like, yep, I can do it for $200 instead of $225. That happened, so that's how that goes. Good. Nice to see you, Vivian. Vivian, where are you from? Everyone's friendly here. Aramis, to add to her question, do you usually have a minimum? Yes. We don't go into a house. In a house for under $125. In Florida, what part of Florida? We don't do anything less than $125, right? Because usually it's going to take you 45 minutes, right? So you don't really want to go under. And then if it's taking you, less and you're making a little more profit, that's fine. 125. Where you are, 125 is the minimum. Ocala. Oh, that's in the middle. That's like horse farm territory, right? Judy, hi. You mentioned that you do all of your estimates in person. I do. Does that mean you don't ever provide estimates over email, text, or phone? And how do you go about that if they're looking for a quick estimate? So usually when someone is looking for a quick estimate, they're usually looking for the cheapest and they're not looking for value. So that is not the type of client that I want my company to have, right? Because usually the people that are super cheap, when you're in the house cleaning, they're going to torture you and they're going to ask you for a million different things that aren't included in the original quote. So I stay away from them. So how I say it, the reason why I do it in person, I have 7 coming up, right, in the next 2 days. Like I am the estimate person, salesperson in the company, marketing. And so, yeah, it's a lot. I'm bouncing. I'm going bam, 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 like one after another, right? But so here's my rationale behind it. I'm not in the field anymore, so they're not seeing me in their house cleaning. So I have to form a relationship with them. So I form a relationship at the appointment. It happened to me yesterday. I'll tell you about that story in a second. So I like to read body language. I like to get a sense of their personality. I like to, they give me a tour. I want to know where they heard about us. So I asked them, was it Facebook? Was it Google? Was it a neighbor? Because I track all those things to see what's working pretty well. So that's why I go. I like to meet them. I say I'm the owner. They think it's cool that the owner's coming to do the estimate. So I go, I do a walkthrough. Then I get to sit with them and then listen to their experience. My lady yesterday had a bad experience with her old cleaners. They were breaking things and then not telling her about it and then throwing the broken pieces away so she couldn't even glue them back together. So she felt that there was a trust issue. There was a language barrier going on there. And so I have that in my area. It may not be in all areas, but so some people switch to my company because their old company has a language barrier, right? So it's difficult for them to communicate. So that was her issue. And then, and I basically said, my girls aren't afraid of me. My staff isn't afraid of me. If something breaks, they tell me. They write it on the sheet. They tell you, like, here I am telling her, this is what we do different than the other person. So I would not have that opportunity if I didn't do that in person. So she's like, I had someone here yesterday, but I didn't feel as comfortable with them as I do with you. Where do I sign? All because I went in person. So if I can close more, if I can close like 70, 80, 90% because I'm in front of a person, it makes more sense to me than if I'm doing all these just estimates where, number one, I'm not looking at the property. Number two, I'm not meeting the person and not gauging their expectation. Are they going to be a pain in the ass, right? I don't want to take pain in the ass clients, right? I'm just being totally honest. Sometimes I swear. I don't want to take pain in the ass clients. So if I sense someone's going to be a real pain, I usually overprice them because I don't want them on the schedule. I don't want them to bug me. I don't want them to bug my staff. And that's the honest to God truth. That's why I do in-person estimates. I've had a lot of coffee today, so I apologize. I hope that helps, Judy. Yep, you do your estimates in person too, Vivian. Yep. I can't wait till you can hire and show up and make sure the job is being done. Yep, I know. A couple of my clients, but I got them out of the field with some private coaching. You do the estimates in person now. Good, Stacey. It's going to land you more people. Sydney, what should be the average increase per clean frequency. Example, increase by 25 per week. Weekly could be 125, bi-weekly could be 150, monthly could be 200. That's exactly what you want to do. So you're right on point there. Because I don't go below 125, even if they're weekly. This is a formula. The 125 has to be based on per cleaner, what you charge per cleaner per hour, and you don't deviate from that. Because if you deviate from that, and if they're asking for favors and you feel bad, because we're all people pleasers, because we all like to clean and help people, right? That's where we get stuck. That's where people like us get stuck. You don't want to do that. So have a minimum, and if someone says, oh, it's not my budget, you got to move on. You're not in the business, right? If you're going to scale and you're going to have employees and you have to pay payroll taxes and family medical leave taxes, and you need to pay all these things, you have to be able to afford it. So your business needs to bring in a certain amount of money, or else you can't run the business, because you can't run the business because there's no profit. There's no sense in being in business unless you can write yourself a paycheck. Does that make sense? But Sydney, you're on with those numbers. Vivian, it's hard for me as my income is the main income. Okay, yep, I was there. That's how I started my company. So I'm afraid to start hiring. I feel like I need all the money we make for bills and household. No, I totally understand that. Because I started this company as a solo cleaner. I started as a solo cleaner, girl. And then I grew it, and then I got some balls, and I hired some staff, and I worked through it. And I had crappy times. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We all have crappy days. You don't just open a business and say, oh, every day is going to be wonderful, and then when they're not wonderful, quit. Because it's the people that don't quit are the ones that actually get the successful businesses. And I should say the people that are willing to work it out, like willing to go through the muck and not quitting, are the people that actually deserve to have a good business. Does that make sense? Because quitting's easy. Quitting's easy. You can quit tomorrow and go get a job. That's easy. But sticking it out and waiting to get the rewards of having a staff that comes to work, that shows up, that does your work while you're at the house running the business, or you're on vacation. There's nothing better, ladies, than your business running and you being on vacation, not being there. And that doesn't happen because you quit. That happens because you keep going no matter how hard it is. And once you cross over that barrier, like, why would God, I don't know if some of you are religious or not, like, why would God give us something good if we're not willing to work our asses off for it? Like, that doesn't make sense. All right, so you're gonna have to go through the muck. It's hard, but I'm praying we can succeed. Who's we? Is there someone you have a partner? My husband needs a heart transplant. Oh my God. Is he on the list? I don't know if there is a list for that. Forgive my ignorance. Yeah, that's hard. That's super hard for you. Can't wait to take a vacation. We keep working hard. Well, hopefully he's on the list to get that soon, but then it's going to be quite a recovery for that. So you have to be prepared for that. I'm praying for you too. It's like that. Keep working hard. Yep. Stacey, do you think charging... Where was that? Where did that comment go? Okay. Stacey, do you think charging $100 for 2 cleaners on Australian dollars is a fair price to charge? So let's figure that out, right? Because I know, let me get that. Let me see. So if we do 100 AUS in US dollars, I just had it. It's 150, is it? So that would be, okay, so that would be $66 US. That's too low. So if you're charging $100, okay, have you priced out your competition, Stacey? Have you priced out your competition? That's what I would say, because in American dollars, that's $66. That's a half an hour of labor, basically. Is that half an hour? It would be no. It would be technically 1 hour, one person 1 hour, $66. So if it's taking longer than that, you have to figure it out. Do it on a like. You can just do like Australian to USD. It comes up pretty quickly. I would raise your price. Do some research on what your competition is charging, because it might be a little different over there too. Like but I know everything's more expensive over there. Um, but I don't know. I would do that and get back to me on that. Message me, let me know about that, because I'm not really sure. Vivian, he has to lose about 35 pounds to be put on the list. Well, tell him to lose 35 pounds so we can get on that list and get fixed. Because you need your husband. Sydney, I can't wait to take a vacation while still making money. I know, it's the coolest thing. The first time it happened to me, I was sitting there I'm like pinching myself. I'm like, is this real? Is this happening? Should I be waiting for something to happen? You know what I mean? 60% for labor. Is 60% for labor normally in industry? 60% is too high. You have to be 50 and below to make a profit. 60's pushing it, because then when you're paying for your taxes, your payroll, you're paying what else? You're paying for everything. Your marketing, your CRM, like your Jobber or your ZenMaid, all those things. If you have apps and stuff, you're paying for all that. So you want to get that lower. Is 60% where you are right now, Candace? Let me know. Yes, ma'am. Tell him he's working on it. But yeah, did they give him like a diet to follow? I feel like they would at the hospital. I definitely would ask them. Because I feel like he's probably on a low salt diet, I would assume, right? Candace, is 60%, is that what your labor is? I know we talked a little bit. All right. Yeah, you're at 30% because you're in the field. So what you need to do is you need to do your numbers like you're an employee. That's how you figure it out. So you have to technically, whatever you're paying your employees, say you're paying them like, $18 an hour or something, factor in your hours, pay, with the $18 an hour, and then pretend you're like a staff member. That's how you figure out where your labor is. All right, we'll see you later, Stacy. Yeah, that's how you figure it out, Candace. Mine, when I was in the field, I was at 30% too. So, so it's all coming 30% when you get out of the field. But you have to work on it. So your numbers, as far as labor, you always have to watch them. We look at our labor numbers every single week. Sometimes we're looking at them by the day. We're looking at where was Monday, where was Tuesday. That's how we figure out, are the girls tired on a Monday? They don't give a crap on a Friday? Where is it? And so that's how we gauge how heavy we put their schedule. Can they handle a 4-house or a 5-house day? So that's how we kind of figure that out. I'll do that. I'm just having a hard time. I know. That's the struggle. I'm willing to talk to you more about that. I'm doing that now with a couple of my clients. A few of them already got out of the field. They already got out of the field in a few months. You're just going to learn how to hire and interview and be a good boss. That's the hardest part of this business, and that's why people quit, because they just get frustrated and they don't want to put the time in to figure it out. So I'm happy to help you. Do you apply sales tax? I don't apply sales tax. I think it's tacky. I don't do it. I think some companies do it. I just do a flat rate. So let's say 175, 170, like wherever, something like that. I wouldn't do like $178.50. I think like I think the big franchises do it. So when I was starting out, I had Merry Maids come over and give me a quote on my house so I could see how much they were charging, and they had odd numbers like that. So I think that they charge the tax. I think that that's where they get it, but I don't, because I think it looks tacky. Then they'll ask if it's why it's that number, and then if you would disclose your sales tax, like I don't. Yeah, some do and some don't. I don't know. I don't know what the client thinks of that. I think it's easier for the client just to remember a flat number. Um, but that's something to think about, actually. That's definitely something to think about. All right, what else? Flat numbers are easier. Yeah, flat numbers I think are totally flat numbers are easier. I think. Um, all right. I'm feeling overworked. Yeah, you are, because you're trying to run the business and clean 5 days a week. It stinks. I have an awesome full time tech, cool, but to get myself out of the field, I almost need to work double. You need to hire someone to replace you. That's all. You're never going to find someone that's going to be as good as you because it's your company, but if you can get 90% production out of that person, you're doing a good job. That's the hardest thing for us perfectionists that like to clean. Um, we like to clean, it needs to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect, you know? But overworked and overwhelmed is because as a business owner, you're doing everything. You're doing the sales, the marketing, you're cleaning full time, you're taking the estimates, you're taking the phone calls, you're doing all the jobbers, the booking, you're doing the invoices, like the accounting, the payroll. That's why you're feeling overworked and overwhelmed. That is not how a normal business operates, okay? It operates a little bit like that in the beginning when you're scaling and figuring everything out, and you need to know how to do everything as a CEO. You need to know how to do everything in your business, but then you need to learn how to delegate and pass it off. And you can't make a lot of money without investing something to some degree in yourself, in your business, whether it's management training, whether it's business skills training. All the top CEOs have mentors, have trainings, have coaching, coaches, they take business classes. You name it, they've all done it. They don't get there because they're born like that. And that's the biggest thing that people don't understand. They look at the small amount and they're like, oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. You can't afford not to do it if you want to grow your business, right? And it could be any type of business skill. It could be anything. And that's where people miss the boat. You have to learn how to delegate. You have to take calculated risks. You have to, if you want to scale and get out of the field. Eventually, what's going to happen, you'll only be able to clean so many houses, and you'll eventually going to get physically burned out, and you're going to quit. It's just the way it is. So you kind of got to figure out how you want to run it, right? Flat numbers are easier. Yeah, Sydney, they're totally easier. All right, who else? We have a few more minutes. Aramis, do you have any questions? I know you're on here. Aramis is in my group program, and she just created a killer sales package. I'm so excited to see how this works. I'm so excited to see how Aramis sales package works because she's in the group program. We worked on our sales package. It looks banging. It looks kick ass. It's just perfect. The font is perfect. Everything is perfect. And she's going to take that to her estimates, and I'm curious to see how she does, if she's going to have an increase. I think she's going to have an increase, so I'm just psyched for you. What you sent me this morning was awesome. Or you sent it to me a couple days ago. I looked at it. I'm like, oh my God, this is like the best. See, you did. You just did a walkthrough and you got the job. I'm telling you, value works. Value works. You can skyrocket over all your competition and all these people that are just opening up, these fly by night. I'm a cleaner, people. You can just kick their butts if you have your packages together. You know what I mean? I'm so proud of you. I'm so psyched. It's a sales package is something I teach in my where I have a 6-month accelerated group program called Elevate Your Cleaning Business, and it's something that I teach all my clients how to create for their own business. I got one up here. You need a mentor. Your health is totally important. I almost broke my back cleaning houses, and that's why I had to scale. Your health is so important. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. That's what I say. I'm willing to talk to you if you want to learn more, Candace. I'm happy to help you. Have you leveraged business loans or any type of government relief for small business to help to get you where you are? The answer is yes, and I don't want anyone to be afraid of that. So we've been open. We were open before COVID. During COVID, we got 2 PPP loans and we got an SBA loan. So yep, don't ever be afraid of capital. You actually need capital. You need capital to grow your business. Capital is like the advanced part of it, right? You got it, Candace. So capital is the advanced part of this business. Any business that grows their revenue has capital. Period. I don't care if it's a $10,000 line of credit on your business line or on your personal line. Sometimes you have to draw it on your personal line because it's just you and you have to vouch for it. You need it. If you're running a payroll, right? What happens if there's a holiday or there's something that screws up? You can't be living too close to the line. You have to have a buffer, a backup. You have to have that stuff. Or else you could have problems. What happens if you can't make payroll? What happens if you don't have credit cards? You have to have some sort of credit. And we have credit all the time. We get lines of credit, we pay them off, we get another one. Sometimes we just get lines of credit and we just leave it there just in case we need it, because what it does is it builds your business credit. So that's a very healthy thing to have. Sydney, how do you know if using a loan capital is a good idea? It's always a good idea. It's always a good idea to have backup. Like at what point financially should you consider it? Now, in the beginning, whenever you need it. The trick is to be disciplined with it and don't touch it unless you need it, right? It's a safety net. It's for when you need it. It's for emergencies, or if you want to grow, you have expansion, things like that. Like we have some right now because we're trying to grow the company. We're trying to grow the power washing and we need equipment. I mean, like we have cleaning, we have commercial, we also have power washing. Our power washing rig costs $35,000. That's not coming out of my revenue. What are you, crazy? That's a loan, okay? That is not a bad loan. That is not bad debt. That is good debt, okay? That is something that actually goes out and makes money. So that is an asset. So there's a difference in that. So I hope that helps. I'm sorry, did you say? So, Aramis, sometimes, so when your LLC is under 2 years, sometimes the banks or lenders don't want to give you credit, so they will look at your personal or your credit score to determine how much they're going to give you. Or sometimes you can just do it on your personal too. Candace, dang, I took a loan, okay, but it was significantly lower than what I was offered. You have to just get used to it, and everyone's afraid of it. I was afraid of it too in the beginning. I was like, I don't want any debt, I don't want any loans, we're fine, right? But then I couldn't grow the company. So I took a chance. My husband runs a business with me. He was, he was in mortgages at one point. So he just worked on me for a while, and he finally got me to cross to the other side, and understand that we needed it. We needed it to grow. If we wanted to grow, if we wanted to stay at a certain income level, fine. But if we wanted to grow, which I wanted to grow, we needed to use it to grow. We're not using it and going on vacations, right? That's the difference. You're using it to grow, to buy assets that are going to make you money, to invest in your team, stuff like that. That's all healthy stuff. It depends. If you just want to have a $100,000 business and not really invest in anything and just have that, stay in the field a couple of days a week, whatever, you can do that. It's all what you want to do. But if you want to grow to the $500,000 and above, you need capital for sure. You need capital like $300,000, really. You need a little bit of capital like $300,000. Yeah, not if they want to grow and be safe. That's I don't know who said that, but so the thing with the cleaning business is it's a cash business, right? So like you're getting money all the time. But if you really want to grow, you have to take something. So think of it like this. Like my neighbor's outside. My neighbor feeds all the animals out there. We have like raccoons, deer, squirrels, skunks, chipmunks. I'm like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? But anyway, I see her outside feeding the animals with sweet potatoes and cabbage leaves and everything else like a crazy person. I get a raccoon that's not afraid of me, just walks right by me in the backyard. I'm like, something's wrong there. Anyways, so no, you need capital. Capital is for protection, capital is for emergencies, capital is for growth. Or all three. The trick is to not use it. The trick is to use your capital wisely, and that's where people get into trouble, when they don't use it wisely. Okay, Sydney, that's my biggest fear with hiring. Okay, if we're waiting on payments, but our people need money. Here's the thing: if you run a commercial business, if you have commercial accounts, which I know some of you do, we all do, you're waiting 30 days to get paid. That is a perfect example of why you need capital, because you need to float your payroll. Does that make sense? Okay. You really want to grow. Candace, what level you want to grow to? What level do you want to grow to? I mean, like you guys, like you could start out with like a $10,000 line of credit and just let it sit there. Don't even use it. $1 million company plus. Well, girl, you're gonna need some capital, and you're gonna get out of the field. I'll message you, Candace. We can talk further. Yeah, you need. So, I'm sure you've all heard that expression. You have to spend money to make money. The same rule applies here. You need stuff. You need an office. You need to do company parties, right? Sydney wants $1 million cleaning company. Woo! You need to pay. You need to pay for stuff. You need to have security, and that's what capital does. If you have capital, and you don't have to go and take $100,000 loan. That's not what I'm talking about. You don't take $100,000 loan until you need it, which is when when you're opening a second location. Then you need to hire another operations manager that's a $60,000 salary. When you have stuff like that, then you need bigger amounts. But if you're just running one office, you don't need it. 10, 20 grand start you off, like that's going to be fine. Let it sit there. You have it, and you can use it. If you want to go buy all new vacuums, you can use it. If you want to have a deposit on a company car and you want to wrap it or whatever you want to do, like that is what that stuff is for. That isn't a bad thing. That is an asset to your company that makes money. So that's why you need capital. So I've been running a year now and over 10K months. I work 25 hours a week in the field with full-time tech. That's really good. How's your body feel? Are you burnt out? Are you tired? 5 days a week is enough. Don't ever work 7 days a week. You'll die. 25 hours a week is not that bad, not horrible, but it would be good if you were only 10 hours a week physically in the field. Then you'd have another 15 hours to work on growing your business and investing in staff and learning how to hire and stuff like that. So that's really good. Candace, where are you located? Six days a week. Yeah, that's a little tough. It's only 25 hours, so you're not working like 8 hours a day. So if you could get someone if you could get out of the field, you could just be in the field 4 days a week, 3 days a week. I would like to see you be in the field only 3 days a week and have the other days covered for now, and then eventually get you out of the field. That's what I see. Who else has any questions? Any questions? I'm glad I did this. Do you guys like this? You want me to throw this in every once in a while? It's like an ask me anything question type thing. I throw them in maybe like 8 to 10 weeks. Hey Tamika, how are you? I'm feeling great. That's good. But my tech is awesome, so she pulls a good 50 to load. That's good. Indiana. Okay, that's not too far from me. You're Eastern Standard Time, right? Indiana still? Or do you move to Central in Indiana? Good. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I think they're cool. Sometimes, so it's interesting. Like, I know when I do the trainings on like employees, because that's like the hot button. I get a lot of people on those, and I'm iffy on these, but I'll keep throwing these in, and it's cool because I get to talk to you guys, and I'm not just like talking at you. I get to talk with you, and answer questions. So, residential, yeah, residential. I like both. I mean, commercial's less detailed. Residential's more detailed, and you get people be like, "Hey, you didn't shine my chrome." You get those people and stuff, but oh, cool. I'm glad you like this. Thank you. Just so you all know, I am going to be speaking at the Zen Maid Summit this summer, which is in July. I believe my broadcast is July 23rd. I will double check for you. And I'm going to be having an affiliate code for tickets for it as well, so that's going to be cool. So, and I'm not telling you what I'm speaking on. It's a topic that I cannot tell you. It's a surprise, but it's going to be awesome. And I'm pretty psyched about it. Thank you. I love these lives too. These lives are cool. Sydney's one of my clients, everyone. Sydney's kicking ass out of North Carolina. And Aramis is in the group program, and she's kicking butt. She just created this insane sales package and just closed the deal with her new sales package today. Way to go! Psyched. Where are you speaking? So it's actually online. So it's the Zen Maid Summit. Amar from Zen Maid does all of his trainings. It's like a recording, and then you get to watch them. They're like pre-recorded, and you get to watch them. So I'll get more information for it. I just submitted all of my stuff for it and my training and stuff. So I'll get it information. I'm gonna post it on here. So if you stay in this group, like on the thread where I post different things, I'm gonna post all about it and how you can get tickets and stuff like that. How many houses a day? One in a year. Tamika, are you doing those numbers? What do you do? Do you do residential? I know you do residential, but do you do commercial too? 2 to 4 a day. Yep, 6 days a week. Yep. Indiana, 6 days a week. I'm gonna type this in just so you know. Zen Maid Summit, July. I think it's the 23rd. Yeah, it's cool. There's going to be over 40 speakers there, all talking on a different topic, which is cool. So I'm like completely honored that Amar from Zen Maid, and the crew over at Zen Maid, asked me to speak. I'm psyched out of my mind. I'm so honored and blessed and grateful for that opportunity, because I really want to help a lot of people. I really want to help a lot of people scale their businesses, because it can be done. If I was a single mother when I started this business. If I can do it, y'all can do it. You just got to focus, right? You got to be focused. You have to have discipline. You have to be resilient. You have to just decide, I'm building this business no matter what. I don't care what the universe says. You're doing it, right? The people that fail are the people that quit. Period. End of story. Zen Maid. I love Zen Maid too. You found me on Zen Maid. Yeah, okay. Yep. The Zen Maid Live. So I did a Zen Maid Live back in March. And they asked me to do the summit, which is the big one in the summer. So I'm super psyched about that. Yeah, that was cool. Aramis is one of my clients. She's in the group program. She's in the accelerator program. She's kicking butt. But I'm psyched. Do you guys have any more questions before I let you go? And then, do we have any announcements? I did the Zen Maid thing. That was good. I have affiliate codes if you want to get some money back. I have affiliate codes for Jobber, for Gusto, which is your payroll. I have an affiliate for VA called Jill's Office, and all my affiliate codes get you money back. So if you need anything, let me know. There's that. Hey, Kelly. I will DM you, Candace. Taking a vacation next week. I know, Tamika, this is the problem. That's why you need a staff. Even if you're running a light staff, like 2 people out there, then you can take a vacation, the money's rolling in. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I teach people how to do. You have to do it. Anyways, I've had a lot of coffee today. So, okay, these trainings where you guys can ask me questions, I'm going to keep on the roster. I'm probably going to do them like once every couple of months. So that's really good to know. Oh, the another thing is if anyone is interested in, private coaching or the group program, I put a poll out. I wanted to know what the barrier was, and people undoubtedly came back and they said that it could be a money thing. So I recently partnered with a company that may be able to help on that. So if anyone's interested in coaching, let me know. So there was that one, and there was what else is there? I talked about the codes. You have that, the ZenMade thing. Tamika, the packages in the group program that I teach. Aramis has taken the 6-month accelerator program, and I teach her in that program. So you would have to join the program to be able to see what it looks like. So what else? So I'm going to keep these trainings. I'm so glad you guys found this helpful. I had a lot on here. I wasn't sure who was going to come on tonight, but this is so awesome. Yeah. Anyone else before I let you go? Any questions? I love connecting with you all on Wednesdays. Can I just say that? I love that. I said wine Wednesday. No, I don't drink. I can't drink because there's so much stuff going on that I have to handle. No way. Are you kidding me? Forget it. I wouldn't be able to wake up in the morning. Are you drinking on Wednesday? Sometimes. Every once in a while I will. My drug of choice is coffee. My drug of choice is coffee. Well, so here's the problem, Kelly. You can't just have one glass. That's the problem. Tastes good. It goes down good. Then you need another glass. It tastes good. Cindy. I like coffee. I jack up on coffee. That's my drug. Coffee's my drug. Some days it would help. No, the coffee helps. The wine puts you in a coma and you can't get stuff done. Coffee every day. Yes, you can. I can. Okay. Coffee every day. All kinds of coffee. Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks coffee, whatever. Doesn't matter. All right. I'm going to let you all go. It's been great having you. Thanks for the questions. Candace, I'm going to sidebar message you. I'm going to eat some dinner, and then I'm going to be going to bed in a few hours. You guys, if you have any questions, any suggestions, I love to hear it. You're welcome, Candace. You're welcome. Let's get you out of the field. I hate to hear when people are in the field. All right. Have an amazing night, all, and I will see you next week. All right. Take care.